Right, a very, very warm good morning to everyone out there in the big wide world. Farmer Rob here from Cannon Hall Farm. It's great to be back on the farm after a whirlwind couple of days. So how is everyone? How are you doing? How is life treating you at the moment? Happy Good Friday. So we've got lots and lots of very viable, healthy lambs, and I'm really pleased with what I found. I've had a couple of days away, which has been a real tonic, and I've very much enjoyed it. And then a really exciting day yesterday, filming off-site. Details to be confirmed soon, but certainly something that was very, very much out of our comfort zone and very, very enjoyable. So Tina Marriott says, good morning, Rob. Good morning to you, Tina. Paula says, good morning, Farmer Rob. I'm looking here at, and good morning to you, a wonderful pen of triplets, but one of them, the one in the shed, had just started with pneumonia. So it's been identified. It's only slight. It's nothing too much to worry about, but we've treated it. It's had Alamycin, it's had Metacam, and we haven't given it the vaccination for all, just so we don't stress it. So board's on. The medication has been given, and hopefully that little guy in the shed will be as right as ninepence in no time. 822 people watching, and thank you very much for your interest. So lambing time continues at pace, and things are going well. You know, very, very grateful to the whole team, to Ruth and to Kate for devoting their nights to the cause, and to everyone else for really buckling down, mucking in and getting on with the job at a time of year when we're a little bit less well off for people than we would like to be. But we do have a new member of the team joining this morning, so I'll introduce you to another Hannah. So watch this space. We've got a new farmer for you to get to know, and I'm sure to like and appreciate. We've got Wade, who is driving his tractor. Kathleen says, good morning, Rob. I'm just going to have a little wander around the remaining twins. Anyone coming today, please keep an eye on this pen. Keep an eye on the triplet pen, keep an eye on the singles pen, because we still have, I don't know, maybe 50 sheep to lamb. So there's still plenty to watch for, to wait for, and to enjoy. So hopefully we'll get some more live lambing action for you to see today. So we're excited that people will be coming to the farm today and possibly seeing a lamb being born for the first time. We're also really excited to welcome our partners in crime, our partners in television, Channel 5. I do believe their Facebook page is joining us live this morning. So Jane Kent says, happy Easter, everyone. Happy Easter to you, Jane. Gillian sent 99 stars. Thank you so much. Liz Thompson says, good morning, Farmer Rob, and everyone watching. And Joanne Freeman says, good morning, Rob. Lovely show last night. Lovely show last night. Thank you. Tell us what you thought. What were your favourite segments? What did you like? What didn't you like? We would love to know. We only want to make a better job as we go along. Hopefully the viewing figures will be sufficient to see us prolong our adventure in television. Yvonne says, happy Good Friday, Rob. Welcome home. Thank you. And Wendy says, great episode last night. Don't want it to end. Rosie says, not seen Will for some time. Has he left? Rosie, you're very perceptive. Will has moved on to pastures new. And that's not, you know, he will be coming back to help shear the sheep. And he will remain part of our family forever, because that's what happens. But as an ambitious young man, an opportunity has come up that he has grabbed with both hands, and I'm not surprised in the slightest. But the you know, we found someone to take up his role and hopefully do an equally good job. So well done to Will. Thank you for all your efforts, and good luck for the future. Carol says, morning guys. Margaret says it was all fab. And Rosie says, what is the Highland cow? Well, that's what I want to know, Rosie. They didn't play the film I expected them to play, so that's one of my phone calls this morning. Is that film going to be played? and if it's not, then we'll play it on our Facebook page, and everyone can see the adventure that we had getting her. So just please be a little bit just patient for another day or two, and I'll find out what the score is. The problem is we don't actually know what's gone in the programme. It's the editing goes in right to the last minute. Sometimes films get dropped. You know, they never expected to put hot cross buns in. We never expected them to put hot cross buns in. They just did it as a little option, but they liked it, put it in. But then something else has suffered. So maybe the Highland cow film has suffered. Channel 5 is watching. Welcome to everyone at Channel 5. And we're looking here at some ladies who are heavily pregnant and awaiting the arrival of twins. So let's move into another pen. So what else did everyone see last night that they want to know a little bit more about? Please ask away. I'll do whatever I can to answer questions. And as you can see, these sheep are all penned up. These have all lambed, and they're all awaiting the next adventure outside. David and Hannah have taken one load out already. They'll be coming back for some more, because we have another weather window. Another fantastic weather window to get some more sheep outside while the weather is fabulous. So let's have a look at Sapphire and Yorkshire Rose. And who enjoyed watching Yorkshire Rose being born? I think it was on Wednesday night. Hello, beautiful. Hello, my flower. Heather says yes, I heard that. Jules said Lynn, says Shirley Foster. Yeah, there's a bit more to the story than that, but anyway, we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you. Christine says good luck, Will. Dee says happy Easter to everyone from me in Windsor. So we had a long trip down south yesterday. You know, literally, I think we went down Wednesday night to do some filming on Thursday, and then drove back up Thursday afternoon, got back about 6:30, something like that. Hello, beautiful. Look what a lovely horse this is now. Yvonne says, good Friday today, even better with you back for the broadcast, Rob. That's a lovely thing to say, thank you. And it really is good to be back. Laura says, it would be disappointing as you have embargoed a name for sale. I couldn't agree more, Laura. How was a lamb that needed its legs strapped? Says Joanne, it was absolutely champion. It was right within a couple of days. And next time I'm out in the fields, I'll show you it. It really did. You know, take to walking properly like a duck to water. So yeah, we're these are the triplets that are still to be born. So let's have a quick look at these, and then we'll head down the. We'll see if we can hang on long enough to see David introduce you all to Hannah, the new Hannah, or another Hannah, not the new Hannah. We've got one Hannah banana, and this will have to be a different Hannah. So, and this Hannah has an expertise in livestock, and particularly in lambing sheep. I think she also breeds horses of her own, but we'll get to know all that in due course. So this is a girl that is keeping us waiting. She's like a walking barrel, aren't you, Flower? So we're really keen to get that one over the line. Really keen. So we've now got the luxury of empty pens. Pat says, I did think we were going to see more about her. So did we, Pat, yeah. Hard to realise only one more episode. No, we were hoping very much Hercules would have more of a say in things. But we do have a film that they didn't use about him that we'll be putting on our Facebook page. Might be today, might be tomorrow. So look out for that. Hopefully you'll be as excited as we are about his next adventure. So yeah, there's lots of films that we've done. They don't all see the light of day. It's a competitive process, and the powers that be will pick out the ones that they think are best. So there is footage that we've done that won't be shown, but we'll either get it for our Facebook page, or they may use it for winter, or another film in the future. So this is our maternity ward. This is where the bottle feeding is done, and in general I'm really pleased with the progress that these guys have made. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's 14 of the smaller bottle fed lambs in here. There's then the bigger ones all over there. So we're getting so that they're a fair job, a reasonable job. And then we've got a few, that's a special care one. That's breathing a little bit. That's already been injected. So that one is the daughter of Barnsley sheep. Is the ewe having triplets, Rob? Says Louise. Yes, she is. So we're excited about that. So that one is. Not sure what that one is. That's a big single. That could go out, couldn't it? That's massive. Rosemary's loving the programme, seeing more of JB. Absolutely fabulous. And Marty says, Happy Good Friday. It's a special day. And Carol says, morning all. Sue says, Happy Easter to all at Cannonall Farm and the Farmy Army. I hope everyone has a really memorable Easter weekend. And Tracy says, good morning, Rob. Morning all. So, yeah, good morning to everyone. So, as you can see, we've got lots happening here. We're at a point now where we're going to get some of these girls outside. David and Hannah are in the process of doing that. They've taken one load and probably will be coming back for another, I would say. So yeah, now's the time. Now's the time to get the lambs out while the weather is dry. It won't be dry forever, but I think it's given a reasonably favourable bank holiday weekend. So we're very grateful for that in lots of ways, because one, we've got people coming round the farm, and if it's dry and fine, they will have a better day. There's nothing like good weather to complement a day on the farm. So even though we've got good wet weather facilities, there's nothing like the sun shining to be the icing on the cake for everyone's day, and that's always pleasing, because obviously people, they've only got so many days out, they've only got so many special times, they've only got so much money to spend, and it's our sincere wish that they get the absolute maximum out of their time with us, and the weather helps that without a shadow of a doubt. So she's scanned for triplets actually, but with her being a little bit slighter and smaller, we're being very careful on the amount she's being fed. These again, more pens. This is a fresh pen, and more pens full of very healthy lambs. We've given them their off vaccination this morning. I've had a chance to look round them all, and I must say I'm really pleased with what we've found. Really pleased with how they've progressed while I've not been here. Susan says, could Channel 5 use some of the footage not used in springtime to do follow-up shows? We would love that. Yeah, we've suggested that, and we're available. Carol says, morning Rob, haven't been on for a while due to husband's passing. Oh, I'm so sorry, but my sheep are due to lamb, some chicks hatching, and work to do here. So that's from Carol Purnell. So Carol, sincere condolences about your loss. We're thinking of you, and I'm sure the whole of the Farmy Army is. So hang in there, and we're sending love. Jean says we've got heavy rain in Silverton, Devon. Heather says it would ideally be a longer programme. Lynn says, good morning all at Cannonall Farm. Wet here in North Wales. And Maddie says, when will all the Shire mares be back at Cannonall Farm? Very good question, Maddie. I think some of them, I know Brooke is mated and scanned in full, so she could come back. So it's just a matter of getting lambing over with, really. They're in a good place, and they're in safe hands, and to keep them nice and quiet and even in the early stage of pregnancy is never a bad thing. So yeah, we'll be having them back soon, and we can't wait to welcome them. So I just remind myself of how many we've got. We've got Brooke, we've got Ruby, we've got Blossom, we've got Silver, we've got Sapphire. Is that 5? Have we any more? We've got 3 greys, a black one in ruby, and a bay in blossom. Is there any others? And then we've got Hercules. So we've got 6, haven't we? Have we any more than that? Have I missed any? Crikey. It's a bad job when you can't remember how many horses you've got. Chris says, morning, Farmer Rob. And Marie says, good morning. Andrea says, good morning, Farmer Rob. And a big good morning to everyone. So what I'm going to do now, I was hoping to hang on to see David and Hannah. But I really want to get round the rest of the farm, because we've had new calves born, we've had new alpacas unpacked, we've got new baby donkeys. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just have a walk up to the field. And we've got a new friend. Look, a racing pigeon. I love racing pigeons. I think in another life, at another time, I would have been a pigeon fancier. I do believe that. It's I think what fantastic creatures they are. To fly length of country and know how to get home. The things that racing pigeons have done. Like in the war, sending messages. They're just incredible creatures, aren't they? So I have a lot of affection for racing pigeons. Try and get away from the leaf blower. Not conducive to a good broadcast. So we'll have a little wander up here and see the animals out in the field. Because at springtime, that really is what it's all about, isn't it? It looks so lovely to see all the trees come into leaf now. It really feels like it's here. I'm not saying we still couldn't have a cold day or a cold night or even a bit of snow. I've played cricket before. Well, we've been all out on, in May, out on the fields, playing away, and all of a sudden you get a shower of snow and it's white over, literally white over. So, when you play on the hills around Huddersfield, that's what can happen even into June. So there is the cow with no name. So hopefully there's a film about her purchase and arrival and subsequent carry on and a pedigree still to come. But I'll find that out today, and if there isn't, we'll ask if we can put it on our Facebook page. So hopefully we can. So just feels a little bit like it could drizzle. We don't want that. I want forecast. I'm sure if it does, I'm sure it'll be short-lived. Jenny says, why did they cut Hercules' tail? I don't know. It wasn't our decision, and it won't be cut again. So that was obviously a miscommunication between us and the place that it's at. But that's not something we do. Laura says, I would say Dale would be the longest. Loving springtime on the farm. Just give you a bit of a better. There's Murphy. There's the new cow, and that's Lilibet in the distance. Mick says you'll be needing a flat cap with your racing pigeons, Rob, not a Yorkshire stereotype at all. And I think I'm becoming like a committed Yorkshire person, aren't I? Helen says, good morning and happy Easter. Good morning to you, Helen. And Debbie's sending condolences to Carol. Claire says, Jackie Fisher, they can, but it's rare and it can be difficult for the mare with not having enough milk for 2 foals. Julian says, sending you love and hugs. And Sue says, morning Rob and the Farmy Army. How are the famous 5 getting on? They are so cute. We will call in and see them. And what was cute yesterday was Nellie took some of her pals down and fed them and she really loves that famous 5. They're a gift, aren't they? And I feel so glad that we were able to save them, because they were literally on a fast train to nowhere. The mums didn't have enough milk. Sometimes the mums didn't want them. They'd become casualties of situations. They were either triplets where they were not finding enough food, or sometimes mum had lost contact with them and didn't want to know them. So Charlotte and I scooped them up, wrapped them in loving arms and taught them to drink from a bottle. So I made it my little job for that week to get them going. Woke up every 3 hours, fed them, got them going, and now the rest is history. They're absolutely champion. So so there's Elvis, and he's looking longingly at I don't know what really, because all his girls are in the field. So what are you looking at, fella? I don't know either. So, Rob, do you still have the Valet sheep, says Rebecca? We absolutely do. They're just across. Let me show you them. Let me put the zoom on. Can you see in the distance there? Why that cherry blossom is? They're the Swiss Valley sheep. Lynn says we all love the famous 5. Jackie says, how's Roger? He's champion, thank you. And Christine said, shame they cut Hercules' tail yet. That won't happen again. And Carol says, good morning everyone, happy Easter. Margaret says, are you keeping Hercules on the farm? If so, how are you keeping away from the mares? No, he's away standing at stud at the moment because he's got mares coming to visit him. Obviously he's a fine looking lad. And but the intention is that he will come back to the farm probably later this summer and stand here ultimately, you know, when we've got our facilities to the standard that we need. Hello, flowers. So what a family. And they're all having a look, aren't they? Eh? Rachel Williams, good morning, Rob, and all from a soggy Pen Manoir in North Wales. Oh dear, I'm sorry. Sammy says, not seeing your dad for a bit. Well, he doesn't fly out of bed on a morning anymore, so that's why. But he's out every day. But he stops up quite late, you know. He's a bit of a rebel. You look in late at night and he's reading paper, sometimes at midnight. So he doesn't go to bed early, but he don't get up early, and that's entirely his prerogative, isn't it? I think you get to 82 and you should do as you like, and he does. You know, not saying he does what he likes, but you know, if he wants to get up a bit later, he's earned the right and he's earned the privilege, hasn't he? I think, and if he wants to stay up later, then that's equally fine. I think everyone needs the sleep they need, don't they? And when they choose to have it is a personal thing. Sometimes to fit in with the life situation, and sometimes just to fit in with what works best for them. So we've got that lovely little donkey. We've got Buster somewhere. Where's Buster? Oh, Buster's over there. Hello, Flower. And that's the one that David assisted in bringing it into the world. There's Gary in the distance. You see, there's just a little bit of cloud rolling in, but I don't think it's going to amount to anything. I think we've got a predominantly dry day, and we're very grateful for the upturn in the weather forecast. Juliet says, Farmer Roger was with Farmer Ruth last night. I saw him go out, and I knew where he'd be heading. Look at that little chap. Wish Channel 5 would put a weekly episode on. Glenn thinks so. I doubt the farm would spare time for that. We'd find time, 100%. It's always been our dream to to go back to the weekly programme. We really loved it when we used to do that, and it was just simple stuff from the farm, you know, and things like going to country shows and meeting other suppliers for the farm shop and all that jazz. We've got the new gelato, the new gelateria has opened, and it's causing a job. They're making ice cream nearly every day in small batches in the shop itself. So that's certainly given us something else to do, another string to our bow. But it's nice to be a primary producer of something, to use milk from our next door neighbour to add value to what is. Where would we all be without milk? We wouldn't. We couldn't rear our babies without it, could we? So yeah, every mammal needs it, and and we're proud to turn it into something that really is a treat. You know, in David's opinion, the best ice cream he's ever eaten, and he's absolutely passionate about that, and he's absolutely determined that's the case. So I've no doubt he firmly believes it. So is David still here? Let's have a look. Yeah, I think so. David and Hannah have arrived back. I'll introduce you to the second Hannah, who has a pedigree in livestock. Emma? Yes. This is Emma, who is a second year vet student. I got that right. And how has your week been so far, Emma? Oh, did you? Oh, did you come in last night? Oh, well done.
Well, it was at 4:30.
Oh, right, yeah. Two sets of twins, well done. So, Emma and Izzy? Izzy? Oh, got it right, flipping it. So, Izzy, have you enjoyed your week as well? Yeah? Yeah? And you're a first year vet student, yeah?
Hello.
David, is it your first year?
My first year as a vet student.
Is it? And do you think you'll pass?
I don't think I will.
Do you think the practical will be fine? Do you think the theory might be a problem?
I think the practical could be a problem as well.
Oh,
I think there's too much to remember.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing knowing one animal, isn't it? And that's the thing. One thing being a doctor, all you've got to do is worry about humans. But as a vet, you've got to know everything. And everything's different. So here is Hannah. Let me introduce you. Have you got a licence for that fork, Hannah? Have you got your ticket? Yeah. Right, Hannah. We're live on Facebook. We've got 1,900 people watching. So Hannah, tell us about your passions in agriculture. And so, presumably, are sheep your favourites?
Yes, most definitely sheep,
yeah. Yeah, but you also breed horses.
Yes, Frisian horses.
So, does anyone out there know what a Frisian horse is? Hannah, have you got 5 brood mares, did you say? And have you any foals yet this year?
No, due May.
Oh, right, so you
Yeah.
wait till you have a bit of grass and a bit of warmth.
Yes, bit warm.
Bit of sense then. Not like us falling in February. But right, so Frisian horses, and you also have cattle on your farm?
Yep.
Yeah? So Hannah has a farm of her own, besides helping us on our farm for part of the week. So welcome, and I'm sure you will get to know everyone on here very, very quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. So that's Hannah, everyone. A keeper of Frisian horses. I'm sure you can all start Googling them now. Absolutely fantastic things. I know I did as soon as I heard.
Very, very rare.
Yeah, and she's got 5 brood mares due to foal in May.
Right then, so what are you up to?
Are you taking any more out?
Well, that's up to you. We can do.
There's plenty more can go out, is what I would
We
say.
can put some in that pen there for tomorrow, if you like.
Well, you could put like the marginals in there.
Yeah.
I think the sooner they're out of pens, the less work there is.
True. And we can take a few pens.
And it's what they need, yeah. We could actually.
These are the strongest lambs.
Oh no, I wouldn't take everything out. Do you want to have a bit of a?
Are we taking any more pedigrees out?
No, I don't think they're the most robust things ever yet. Right, that's a single there.
Well, that could go.
That 100% could go. Do you want to start with that and I'll follow you? So what we're doing, guys, now, Hannah's spreading some straw out because Wade's dumped some straw in. It all needs shaking out. And we're going to take a few more sheep and lambs out to the fields, predominantly singles, but the ones that are best equipped to manage and thrive and prosper. David's seen something he likes the look of here, and it's a big single. So that big single, I'll shut pen order. That big single's going out, so he's going to start loading a trailer up. And he's talking away to it, trying to convince Mum that he is her lamb and that she needs to follow him for her own well-being. Linda says, morning, Dave. 1,900 people answers a big welcome to Hannah. Yeah, thank you for being so welcoming. and I do believe it's going to be a really interesting journey as we find out more about her history in horse breeding and all the other things that I'm sure will come to light over time, and hopefully will complement the team that we've got here perfectly. Paula says Frisian horses are gorgeous, they are. And Bernadette says Frisian horse, very beautiful. Janet's watching on catch up, and Leslie says Frisian horses look beautiful. Welcome, Hannah. So that's a very warm welcome. So David is loading another trailer up. That's definitely one that can go, I think. I think all these singles are a no-brainer, because they're all ones that have sealed the deal with Mum. Oh crikey, she's like a bullet from a gun, isn't she? That one. She's off, and she's like Corporal Jones with a bayonet. That one, isn't she? She's got horns and will use them, I think. So I'm just putting this back in. Oh, heck. There we are. So, we'll follow Dave in with the next lot. So I'd leave them a bit longer. I mean, they'd be good ones. They'd probably go in that pen you've just bedded up, Hannah, actually. Them, they're not quite ready for it. Maybe leave them in pen, Dave. One's a bit small, isn't it? There's a little bit.
I think I'm happy with this now.
Right, so that's enough. That's the singlet corner, actually. Sammy says they're used for funeral, usually Frisian horses, yeah. Hannah, what? You've got a different colour Frisian horse, haven't you, to the most?
Yeah, red Frisian.
So Hannah has a red Frisian. They're mostly black, and we just had a comment that they're used primarily to pull funeral court hearse, yeah.
They do dressage and...
Yeah. And do you ride yours?
No, I don't. There's been problems now.
Right. But do you ride horses as well as...
I do.
Yeah? No, right.
Yeah, well, when I
Fair
have
play.
time,
Yeah.
children.
Oh, right. Before children and farming took over your life. Yeah. Oh, dear. Well, anyway, we'll... so Hannah has a red Frisian and black Frisians as well.
13 in the world.
13 red ones in the world, and you've got one.
Yeah.
Right.
Red too.
Well, let's hope you can turn that into 14. Yeah. So that's a low pool to start with, isn't it?
Yeah, very low gene pool. Yeah.
Right. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
Guy says morning from Jane and me, and Karen says welcome Hannah and hello Dave. Iris says good morning Rob and Dave, and Anna says morning Richard. So any more out here, Dave, that were happy
I think these probably want to go in and open.
They were a bit smaller, weren't they?
These are a bit small. I think.
I think there's a single or two in here actually.
Yeah.
After you, Emma. So they're on Weedier side, and that's not being disrespectful to them. They're just on the slighter side of where we'd want them to go out. Those are pedigrees. They're actually strong. That's a single there.
These are quite strong.
Is it a twin?
Yeah, it's a twin.
Oh, right. Is that one a single then?
We don't know. Has that been in
She's
there?
got a board, hasn't she?
Let's leave. When that's finished, we'll put her inside for a bit. Just keep an eye on her. They're pedigrees. Well, these are strong.
Yeah, they're very strong, aren't they?
Do you want them in that big pen?
No, I'd take them out. There's no point going out with 2 or 3, is there? So David's taking them out. I mean, they're big lambs, aren't they? Look at the size of them. They're nearly as big as you. Yeah. She's a good mum. You see, that's another indication that she's going to look after him well. The fact that she's followed David out so willingly. So Let's see if there's any more in this pen. And then we've got a pen here that we can let them loose into to secure the bond before they go out tomorrow. Right. See if there's anything in here.
I know there's them Jacobs at the end. It's quite nice.
Right. So David says he's got his eye on one that he knows can go out. And he's right. We're not under any great pressure to empty pens. So we genuinely, yeah. So we genuinely can wait until. And they're pretty strong, aren't they?
Yeah, pretty strong. Do you want them out, or do you want them in that pen over there? Those?
I think I'd get another couple of at trailer, and then, like you said, we can start taking pens down then. Yeah.
Or just leave these empty for lambings. Take some of the others down.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't take these down, but some of the others could. So she's strong, isn't she?
Yeah, I like these.
You don't get many Jacobs who aren't good mothers. Pauline says, we are travelling up today to come and see you Sunday from Hereford. Welcome to Yorkshire when you get here. Jill says, do you put numbers on the sheet? Well, we don't, but if we really need to know who's who, they've all got a tag. So we can sort job out if needed, but as long as we wait long enough and put them out when they're good and strong, it doesn't seem to be an issue. You know, we touch wood. I don't think we've had any mismothering yet this year, so and that's really because we must have got it right with the ones that we've turned out. Right, she's got a board, Dave, so we'll leave her.
It's only that Suffolk now that I think should go in the trailer, and the rest I think
that's enough.
We need to leave in.
I think they're all right, aren't they? They're big and strong, just like the mum. So that we're going to call that a draw now. We've got another 5 or 6 to go out there. David is giving a plaintive cry. Trevor's on. Morning, Robert, from Sylvia and Trevor at Lincoln. Barnsley and Lincoln took away games today. The season is over, Trevor, for me. I'm very relaxed about it. What will be. And this year has not been our year, but everyone should have the turn at winning, shouldn't they? And you can't win all the time, and no point getting upset about it. So that's the way I look at it. If we have a good season, then fantastic. If we don't, as long as they're trying their best, then good luck to the people who are having the success. Yeah, I'm going to go and wander down, Dave, and in fact, you could just drop me off if you want at the bottom. I'm just going to wash my boots. I've got a little rabbit on my knee, Nelly put on. There, look, can you see it? It's coming off a bit. So, I don't suppose I could just borrow that horse back.
Can I borrow your phone while you do it?
Don't press anything.
I'm going to press lots of buttons. So, I'm trying to spin camera around. Oh, here we go. So, where are you going next, Rob? Where are you going next?
I don't know yet.
It's going to be a surprise.
Well, I'm just going to head down to the bottom and see what there is.
Right then. Let's go into the trailer. So, pleasant day today. A little bit of cloud, but it's not too cold. I'm going to take my coat off in a bit. But yeah, everything's looking as it should. We're getting ready for a busy day. Yeah, I think life's good. Lambing's nearly finished. And we're in a decent place. We've got enough pens. You know, sometimes you come under a bit of pressure. But the pressure is going. There you are, Rob. There's your phone back.
I'll probably just walk down actually because I want to pick up the famous 5 on the way down. I'd forgotten I'd promised them. So yeah, okay then. So right, we're going to go down here and pick up the famous 5. When I say pick them up, have a chat with them. David's going to drop those in the fields, and I'm going to have a catch up with the other new arrivals. So it's been such a busy time with all kinds of new things on the farm. I've given my boots a good wash and a disinfect, and the birds are singing. I don't know about you guys, but one thing I always try and do, when we talked to Nelly about listening ears, make sure you've got your listening ears on, and it really is important to absorb in bird song, to be truly awake and truly alive as your day goes by, and to make sure that you take in what's around you, because to me, if you walk around with your head down with views like that, yeah, Mr. Squirrel, it's a shame. It's a privilege and a gift to live in a place like that, like this, and it's one we should never take for granted, and we try not to. Certainly during lockdown, we got the opportunity to get out more than the average person was able to, and to read so much and hear so much and talk to people and listen to people about their tough times through that period. It does make you appreciate the things that you've got around you, and bird song is one of those things. I'm frantically looking for the first swallow. I know lots of people will have seen swallows already. I know that they're arriving, aren't they? I've seen one of my Facebook friends has seen one, but I'd love to see the first here. I'd love to beat David, get some footage of it. Yeah, I think he saw the first last year, so I'm always looking up. But as yet, the sky is empty. But what wonderful birds they are! Tenacious little battlers, aren't they? They fly so far and then reproduce so well while they're here. It always upsets me no end when you say if you get a really bad spell of weather, just as the young are fledging. I know we had that 2 or 3 years ago, and Dad and I noticed that all the ones that were just getting ready to fledge and they didn't make it. It came cold, it came wet, and some of them perished. So they've got so many things stacked against them, haven't they? They're up against it. Margaret says, my dad taught me that on our Sunday morning walks. What a lovely thing to think back on, Margaret. Your Sunday morning walks, making sure that you don't miss a thing. Oh, swallow, look at that. Wow. Seen him. Beat you, Dave. He'll say, saw it yesterday. Look at that. Come back. Did anyone see that there? It's quite low, that one. Where's he gone? There he is. There he is, look at that. Wow. Back round there. Is there more than one? Is he a Tony, one and only, or is there more? So, wow. So I was only just talking about swallows. Literally, I hadn't seen one. It's because I haven't been here, isn't it? I bet he'll say he's seen it. There he goes, he's back again. That's so nice to see. And he's skimming low into that. Must mean, because there's this little bit of drizzle in the air, the flies must be low. And he's just flying low along the ground, and then he comes back again. He's absolutely having a whale of a time. So the first swallow has arrived. How fantastic. I'm so pleased with that. So what is it now? It's about 20th of April. And he's having a right time, isn't he? And I do think that the fields of sheep, with all the flies around the muck, are probably good for the swallows. Well, they must be, because they always seem to come around this field. So that's grand. So first swallow of spring has been seen. Catherine says, Rob, do you still hear the cuckoo? Tragically, no. I haven't heard a cuckoo for years. And at one time, when I was young, cuckoos were something that were commonplace. You'd always hear them, and you know, they were an anthem of spring, weren't they? They were something that you always heard. So that's disappointing. And such an interesting bird, aren't they? The cuckoo. But probably the complexity of life makes it harder for them to prosper. I wonder why are cuckoos less common than they were? Does anyone know? Does anyone have a theory? Can anyone tell us? So that was well worth coming down this way, wasn't it, to see that swallow? I'm really chuffed. So we'll pick our way down here. We're going to go and see the famous five. I know they've had a bottle already from Emma and Izzy, and I think we are starting doing goat feeding experiences. I think maybe from this weekend. So that's exciting. So that will be something that people are able to do. Details will be on the website. Still got plenty of lamb feeding experience. I presume we've got plenty of lamb feeding experiences available, and I think people have really enjoyed those. They get to spend an hour with one of our, someone like Charlotte, who does a really solid job with that. She's a very personable person. She's very nice and very knowledgeable, and she seems to be able to pass that on without any problem. So new animal in that one. I'm not going to show you yet. We'll be doing that with a fanfare in the near future. Couple of billy goats there. They escaped from the pen they were in, so we've had to bring them back in there. And then the famous five in here. I'm going to get in while I can. So Nelly had a great day with the fowls. Feeding these yesterday. Hello, beautifuls. You can tell they've been fed because they'd be all around you otherwise. Sharon says egg destruction maybe. Alison says I had quite a few cuckoos when I was in the lakes during May a couple of years ago. Well, let's hope that somewhere they're still prospering. It's maybe just round here that they're not. Loss of habitat, says Jackie. Jennifer says true, no cuckoos. Does anyone hear cuckoos anymore? Did anyone used to hear them? Margaret's going to catch up later. So the famous five are a little bit subdued, aren't you? Come on. Hello. Hello. Karen says, your lives remind me of time spent with walking and exploring with my granddad. He was always... let's see if I can expand on that. 1 minute. It won't open up. Anyway, for whatever reason, Karen's comment, the full comment, but anyway, thank you, Karen. That's lovely that we can evoke memories of cherished times of the past, and that's something that we enjoy. That people associate our farm with happy times gone by. Victoria says, I like trying to find the woodpecker when I'm on a country walk near to where I live. And Adele says, love the sound of birds in the morning. We are coming in May on a VIP mammal experience. Looking forward to it. Fabulous. And Lorraine is sending a happy Easter message from Dubai. Right, you stay there, guys. So we will press on and catch up on some of the new calves and new donkeys and the new foal, So glad to see that born the other day. There's Danny. Morning, Danny. So let's check in on our new cria first and foremost. See how it's doing. There's Wade. 2 bales of straw here, ready to be used. There's Dalo. Wade's taking his tractor. Morning, Dale. You all right?
Have a nice time.
Yeah, very good, thank you. Yeah.
What have you got on your knee?
Oh, it's a rabbit.
That's got Nelly written all over it.
Yeah. Nelly stuck it on me.
Now it's got to stay on all day.
Well, I don't like to take it off, to be honest.
If she sees you without it,
Yeah.
she'll be bothered.
I'm gonna start walking Sultan.
Alright, getting him ready.
Yeah. I'll get Philip just to train him up a bit first, and then I'll take over.
Once all signs of danger have passed, he's looking well again.
He's a big bull, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to get him right this year. Fit but not fat.
Which is kind of where he's at, like...
Yeah. If you took him to a show in that condition, I don't think you'd be a million miles wrong.
No.
But he's got them mucky marks on his flanks. We need to get them washed off. And I need to get him walking fit so that he needs to be walked around the yard every day.
Right, so is that that's the idea then?
That's what that Derek told us.
Right. Essentially, get him moving, get the...
Yeah,
ability
muscles moving so that when he walks around the ring, he don't look like you're dragging him. He looks like he's on front foot and he's happy to be out there.
Well, so these bulls, when they're not mated, they don't have to do that much moving about, do they? You know, they're fairly...
The lazy devils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They work very hard for a period of the year.
Yeah, but only on their own terms.
Well, yeah.
They don't do any ironing or hoovering, do they?
Definitely not. One job. Right, I'll leave you to it.
Okay, Del. So here is our new cria, belonging to Shakira, feeding away. I'd say it's doing all right. I would say the fact it's looking to feed there means, Sharon says Philip is an asset, absolutely is. Means that it's hungry, so maybe that's something just to keep an eye on, half an eye on, that it's actually getting enough milk. So what we've got here, because that's quite a crowded scene, we've got Shakira in touching and talking distance to her pals, but just able to concentrate fully on the cria. And she's not just letting it feed as readily as you'd like, is she there? So we'd have to watch that. I just want to have a quick check of the new calves, of the new donkeys and the new foal, particularly the new foal. Pony M's given birth. Kate was there at the birth. She rang me, and Pony M's placenta was firmly attached to the umbilical cord of the foal. So we had to act quick. We had to tie it off, and then we had to cut it, and that all went really well. Coco, I'm going to say Coco the clown. It's Coco the cow. Let's just check that Highland calf is drinking all 4 teats. I'm going to put a thing in that because I don't want to be the person who lets them go. Oh, you're coming out, Charlotte. Look at that foal.
Cute.
Yeah. Right, it's yours. Right, so here is our new foal. So, really pleased to have her. A little filly. A massive congratulations to Pony M. She is without doubt a star. Jenny says, morning Charlotte. Sharon says, after Coco, Chanel. And Julie says, morning Farmer Robin, Dave. It's not Dave, it's Charlotte. Do you like that donkey? She's a lovable thing. I don't know. Yeah, I think we need to name her and officially welcome her. We'll do a little video. So we'll tell you all about her in due course. We won't steal Dale's thunder. We'll leave him content that is yet untouched. Glennie says, good morning to you all. 1,800 people watching. A wonderful little foal, natural birth. Well done to Mum. So what I was saying was, she was pulling a big placenta around by her umbilical cord, right? And they can, if they tear near the end, they can herniate, right? Like anything can, I suppose. Yeah. And then you could actually get intestines being exposed to the, a dirty environment. Yeah, yeah. So what we did, if ever it happens, Charlotte, a piece of baler band, or ideally string, but baler band if you've no else, tie it off so that no blood can come out, and then just get a pair of, Julie doesn't know, but I got our kitchen scissors, right? I haven't given them back yet. I'm not sure she'll want them back. I think I'm just going to buy her some new ones and let Kate keep them. Anyway, she doesn't know, so I'll just buy some identical ones. Yeah. No one else knows about it.
Nobody will say.
No.
I think you say.
So I just got our kitchen scissors, I ran, literally. But with the pointed end of the scissors facing away from me. Exactly, safety at all times. And we tied the navel off, cut the cord, disposed appropriately of the placenta, and the little foal went on to drink, and that's at the start of a really, really good life. But it was all drama at the time, and as always, it was about 2:30 in the morning. But the good news was, I'd fallen asleep on settee, watching the golf on Sunday night. No, because it was a really good game. Right, not Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy won. They won the Masters, completed the Grand Slam, and so therefore I was asleep, but should have been in bed, and I wasn't in bed, so it did me a favour. Did me a favour. Jill says, are Shetlands like Shires, born dark and lighten over time? Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to say. Mandy says, Raspberry was the donkey who lost to Foal last year, not heard anything about it. How is she doing? She's doing champion. Really, really well. So yeah, let's just have a look at these. So we've got Lily, we've got Rainbow, we've got Casey, we've got Fern, who we've weaned from a calf, and she's looking better all the time, isn't she? She's looking better fleshed, and brighter and breezier in every way. And then we've got Lady here, who it's great to see her calf working its way around all 4 teats. I feel quite proud of that, actually, because she was picking and choosing what teats she was using, and I was able to, with Lady's help, just reach down and guide her onto the teats that weren't being drunk. And I think some of you will have seen me doing that. I did it live on a broadcast, I think, and it worked a real treat. So I was very happy that we managed to educate that calf properly, because there's nothing more disappointing than seeing a bag of milk not being fully utilised. And that's what can happen if a calf just decides that there's a certain teat that it can't quite fathom. Levi Craig, Rob, my football team is only a couple of victories to move up to the championship. Well done. What's your team? Shell thinks she'll call the foal Daisy after Daisy Beck, and because she's got a little daisy on her head. That's a lovely suggestion. Shirley says yes, she is. And Levi says you did, mate. Becky says, hey Farmer Rob, how's you? Why do you say unpacked when an alpaca is born and not foal, please? I think that's the correct terminology, I think. Unpacked is what they seem to say. Francis says yes, you did, Robert. I don't know what I've done. Tanya says Iona. How's Millie, Rob, says Samantha. She's doing champion. And Carol says, morning, Rob. Nice to see you. Nice to hear from you, Carol. So, here we are. We're having a little drink of milk, aren't we? Pauline says, I'm not seeing the messages. Awake. Hello, little one. Got some lovely horns, haven't you, lady? Very, very feminine horns. Now, when I say feminine horns, I mean they're the type of horns that a cow should have, right? A bull has a completely different set of horns, but a cow has horns like that if you're lucky. and they're absolutely great. So, Coco, can we have a look at you, Flower? Come on, come on. Go on. Is she bagging up? I would say she's just starting to spring a little bit. So that's exciting. Another one to look forward to. And this time of year really is all about new arrivals, new life, new adventures, animals going out to the fields for the first time, and all that stuff. Morning. Right, so we've got Kiki somewhere. See, that one's. We've got that little foal. That's Elsie, isn't it? Hello, Elsie. And that's doing well. That's another one who had the placenta attached to the umbilical cord, and we had to cut that as well. So that's the last two fallings have been like that. So it's something obviously that we need to look out for and make sure that we deal with appropriately. So that's Kiki. Kiki's the one that had the X-ray on her foot. I think she was she? Yeah, I think it was. And thankfully that was found to be more cosmetic than something to really worry about. And then that's Millie. Millie the goat, the lockdown hero. And that's one of our young male alpacas. How good do they look? Lovely fleeces. Lovely faces. Anyone wanting a... Oh, goodness me, Kiki. That was territorial, wasn't it? Do you take these covers off? Right. I think the gist is to take them off during the day and put them back on again at night. Yeah, I think. So with them being recently clipped, we're making sure that they acclimatise gradually to the fact that they've got less of a coat than they used to have. They've all got their own rugs. Right, we'll just have a look at the calves in here. Oh, we've got some donkey commotion. Here comes Wade with a muck trailer. It's tipped it. And then this is a nice little viewing platform that people can look out and have a selfie on and look out over the fields and look at the reindeer and do whatever they want. Morning, Wade. So Wade's back with the trailer. He's going to move the muck that the girls have been gathering. Looks like he's been doing a bit of mucking out here. So lots of cows and new calves and exciting things happening. Aussie horseborn, getting excited. These three So that's a new one that's calved, isn't it? That's another one that's getting ready to calve. She's just starting to spring a bit. There's some yearling heifers. Oh, there's a calf, look. That's a new calf. That's another one of Sultan's babies. Very happy with how they're looking. Lorraine says, is there a reason all three American horses are not all together? Yeah, they don't get on. So in due course they will, but we want to get them we want to get them foaled. 2 of them are pregnant. We want to get them foaled before we get them together. So, and then the donkeys are all outside. Winston and 3 with the foals. Hopefully he'll be getting towards getting those mated up when they come into season. And yeah, it's all going along very, very nicely. So we've just to recap, we've got lots of new lambs being born, expecting a really busy day today. More cows due to calve in the very near future. We're excited for that we've seen the first swallow of spring. That's a real highlight, that. And so I'm going to say cheerio now, because I've got a busy day ahead. But I just wanted to have a good walk round and a proper catch up with everyone. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all the name suggestions, and I hope that you've enjoyed the program last night. And I hope you can tune in and watch again tonight. David and I have had a busy few days, and no doubt we'll have another busy week or 2 yet. But I genuinely feel as though we're winning. We're in a good place, and that springtime is going as well as it possibly could. And I think the hardest part of it is over now. You know, maybe we can just relax and enjoy the weather, enjoy the animals, and enjoy springtime. So from Farmer Robert Cannonall Farm, thank you very much for watching. As I watch a dove just carry a twig away to build a nest, it feels like it's that time of year. Everything's busily getting ready to reproduce and hopefully successfully multiply. So have a great day. Thank you for watching, and see you all soon. Bye bye.